Welcome to our JavaScript web course. In this video, I will go over the nextElementSibling property. I would first like to refresh the DOM concepts here. The document object model, or the DOM, refers to the hierarchical layout of the HTML document. Here we are only looking at the elements. However, the text, attributes and values and comments are also part of this hierarchy. So here we have the top level element, HTML. We all know that the HTML document begins with the HTML tag and ends with it. The HTML document contains two sections, the head and the body. The head section contains elements, the body section contains elements. Because the head and the body are on the same level, they are siblings. They are also children of the HTML element and direct descendants. In this example, the head element contains a meta, title, and style tag. These are all children of the head. They are also siblings. Notice the body contains three children, H1, section, and footer. They are all on the same level. They are all children. They are also siblings. Notice that section contains four children who are siblings. They are all four paragraphs. And those paragraphs contain other elements. So if we wanted to access one of those paragraphs, which is a child of section, we could do so at the point of referencing the section as a parent and then reference the children and siblings inside. So we have this parent-child relationships that are available to us for accessing elements and manipulating the HTML web page. So I have my code editor on the left and the web page on the right in the Firefox browser. So the goal of this demonstration is to show you how to access this H3 element using nextElementSibling. First of all, we have a section element with an ID, so that is the parent. We have an H2, H3, and a P. They are the children. They are also siblings. When we typically say document.get something, we are referring to the document, which is essentially the body, and we are accessing anything on that page. However, we can narrow it down by first accessing an ID and using that as the parent. By the way, this is no different than working with CSS selectors. So if you know CSS, please relate that to what we're doing in JavaScript here. I am first going to make a reference to my ID equals XYZ. So here I have let XYZ equals document.getElement by ID XYZ. Very familiar. We've been doing that for quite a while now. I also have a console statement here. And here I have xyz.tagName showing me the tag name. When you're working with the web page accessing elements, how do you really know that you have that element? You need to have some way to do that, and that's done in the console. You can't do this in a code editor. So here you see I have the word section, so indeed I have accessed that section. Now I want to access the H2. So my starting point, rather than document, is the parent, which is XYZ. So here I have let H2 equals XYZ.getElements by tag name. This is our collection. Notice I did not say document.getElements by tag name. Had I said document.getElements by tag name, it would be looking at everything in the body. Because I am working with a specific parent, we are only working in that element. Notice the rest of my code here. Get elements by tag name, elements plural. This is a collection or an array. The tag name is H2, it's a literal. Now I want the first occurrence. So I'm going to use the index position 0 in brackets. Remember, we worked with arrays. Whenever you work with brackets, you know you're working with an array. So this is how we can access this H2. You don't need to throw IDs and classes all over the place. The DOM gives us a lot of methods and properties for accessing elements. If you look at the web page in the console, here we indeed see that we have now accessed that H2 element. Now we are going to access the next element sibling. So here I have H2, which is a reference from the previous statement, dot next element sibling. What is the next element sibling? Well, if you look at H2, it's the element underneath it. It's the next sibling, which happens to be an H3 element. And now we are using the set attribute method on that object, and we are setting the class to a value of red. So we will have a class attribute being inserted into that element. You can see in the web page that I do have the H3 in my console. You can see that the H3 is red. And now if we move over to the Inspect tab, we see class equals red inside our H3 element. The only way to really know for sure if your code is working, you need to use these browser tools. So this is next element sibling, very, very useful property.